What's good, everybody? Hope everybody's staying safe and warm. Got a couple of things that I think are kind of exciting. A little bitty first step in a several part process. So, seeing the bags, those two are empty now. I'm pretty excited about that. I've got like clothes that need to be washed in this and maybe thrown away, covered in toxic soot. I'm not really sure what can be salvaged of that. Sheets and stuff, those are clean and saved. And this one, I've got like paper plates and board games. I'm not really sure whether or not the board games are even safe to use anymore. So, I don't know. First house fire of I'm inexperienced. Other than that, I've got a whole bunch of stuff that is. Got that from my good friend Steph, birthday / Christmas present. And then these things were already, or were still wrapped. So I just took the wrapping off since it had more toxic stuff on it. I'm not really sure about that, but I mean, they're dryer sheets. It's not like, even if there are soot on them, it's not like it's going to transfer a grotesque amount of my clothes. And just a whole bunch of things. Like, this was in my room, the door was closed, and the fire took place in the bathroom. I don't know if that's still safe to eat. I'm not sure. But yeah, all kind of little fun things. What I was using to clean, what I was using to keep people from being the backseat driver. I got a box of games that I kind of all together. Some good ones on here, some that you can tell were probably bought by a grandmother for her child. I know the DS. I think Derek, my little brother got that for me a few years back, and just a whole bunch of little cool things. Like, that's where I put all the change and small things. Sunglass case. I think it's kind of fun to go through kind of the remnants of my old life. And one of these days I'll get back into 3D printing. This is probably the most complex thing that I've printed out and assembled. And if you keep twisting it, eventually it'll turn back into a heart. And this one worked out really well because I ran out of pink and had to finish with red. So I think that's just a really cool, pretty thing. It kind of takes me back to where I was in my life, what I was doing when I think about these things. Where's something? Then I got these from GNC. Be careful with these things. These will change the rest of your day, especially if you're sensitive to caffeine like myself. And then this, in case I go to play darts anywhere and they don't have chalk. Cool. All right. That's something that I thought was all very exciting. That's the first in a several-step process. I'm gonna have to do that same thing to like all the rest of my earthly possessions. I've got a 10 by 20 warehouse that I've got like full of stuff that I'm gonna have to go through that same process with. There's a whole lot when you go through like everything you've built up over your whole adult life, and several things that were from before that. And it's deciding what to keep and what to sell. No, not sell, what to throw away. Obviously I wouldn't try to sell anything that would hurt somebody. It's been a lot, but just because it looks like it's a little broken or a situation doesn't look good doesn't mean that you can't find beauty in it. More things that I printed out. One of these days I'll get back into that, but one step at a time. Alright, hope everybody's having a happy Sunday. I don't think anybody outside of Florida, as far as the churches I'm associated with, are even having service today. So there's that. Let's get to these exercises. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I'm gonna try to knock these out fast because I'm getting started so late. I had to spend a decent bit of time looking at the snow. Whew. Since the well, with a nickname like Frosty in a season like this, especially being from Florida, kind of mandatory. I think that's 25, but I'll do an extra 5 just to make sure. 4, 5. A few days ago, ooh, that was weird. Gotta be careful of that leg. A few days ago, I mentioned I was fasting. I changed that to intermittent fasting when not even because I was really hungry, but because my little brother got in and at work he made a pizza with his bare hands for me. I was like, well, I've got to try that. I can't like not at least taste it. So I had a slice of that and decided, you know, this probably isn't the best time to do a full 3-day fast. Anyway, as good as it is for you, in the long run, everything is for a season. Everything's got to have the right timing for that kind of stuff, I feel like. And while I feel like I'd have been blessed if I'd been steadfast with it, I also feel like being able to try some of the first things that my family's made or anything. I love being able to try anything my loved one did for me, or just I can't let a labor of love go to waste. So like everything, I didn't give up on it. I just altered it a little. It's fit the circumstance. That's always been fun. Never gets old. Can't really move that thing too fast yet. I stay persistent in stretching, regardless of how high up that glass was or fell from. When it struck my ankle, I'm sure I'll make a full recovery. The hardest that. Oh, I'm gonna have to take this hoodie off before too long. I'm not careful. What was the next? Oh yeah, this is the weird one. Watching it, even when I was watching the video, I was like, that looks really easy. That'll be an easy thing to switch the bicycles with. The bicycles were significantly easier, and I don't know why. 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 30. Four. That takes me from 21 to 25. Whew. One of these days I'll do a post on what all happened. The very one that I probably should have done when I started all this. Baby steps, baby steps. Even a small step in the right direction is progress. And the whole reason I started recording this whole thing, one, it scared the hell out of me. I didn't, I'm gonna try to stop swearing in these things too, but it terrified me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But also, if I can have my house burn down and get injured, well, catch fire and get injured and go through all that and still stay steadfast in the daily things that are required of me, like that should, I hope that inspires you to try to take this next step, do the next thing. I told my little brother the other day, life isn't about how hard you can hit. It's about how hard you can get hit and keep going. Rocky reference, I think. Yeah, this whole thing isn't about like all these exercises. It's not about building strength particularly. It's about building toughness and mobility that'll last as long as my body does. Heard a lot of people say take care of your body, it'll take care of you. 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Again, these release push-ups. My boy Guy clued me in on help with your rotator cuff, and I just do different variations of them. I've done diamonds in the past. That's not a good one. Which kind of makes me feel like I'm trying to fly away, like I'm doing a really weird flapper swim. And if you're unaware, I'm by no means an expert, but I've learned enough to know the diamonds are a good way to get rid of that bird chest, get the muscles in the middle. I've already kind of tightened up the bottom and the outer sides of my chest, because when I started doing this a year and change ago, I looked like I could breastfeed. So now that that's not the case anymore, I am just trying to make functional muscles that last as long as they need to. I think that was 16, 17, 18, 19, 20, 21, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right. The next on the weirdness. And if anybody happens to be a firefighter or anything and knows a little bit more about what's safe to and not to use after a house fire, most of everything in the bathroom just got trashed out. Eventually, I tried to save some Q-tips, and then some unopened ones. I took them out of the package and were like, oh no, that's not safe. The carbon or whatever, it kind of makes my eyes go cross, kind of like you can really tell if it's not safe quick, but or if it's like really, really toxic, it's apparent. But some of the things you've got to look at and examine a little bit. I think that was 30. We'll do a few more just in case. And I'll probably, I don't know, when I start cleaning everything, I might live stream going through the warehouse, because that's going to be a real big hurdle to try to overcome. So going through all of the trauma involved in this process makes me think about I decided a long time ago that I was going to be fully transparent about this, about everything, with my family, and eventually with apparently the internet, so the whole of the world. Just trying to learn as much as I can as possible, teach as much as possible, and show resilience, consistency, and hopefully inspire others, encourage them to do better. Okay. Back to the transparency. I'm about to edit that out. If they're going through anything, just I want to encourage everyone to just not stop. Just take those punches and keep on going. Like, last set. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 17, 18, 20, 2, 3, 4, 5. Whew. All right, hope everybody's staying safe and warm, doing as good a job as they can. I tried really hard to shovel out what of the neighbors' driveways I could last night, seeing not knowing much about shoveling snow and feeling like it was mostly an upper body thing. I was like, oh man, that won't mess with my ankle at all. Like that, I feel it today, but don't mean I'm gonna stop. If I see a little old lady trying to get to her car with a walker, I'll help over there with using the snow shovel as a cane if I got to. Just trying to be the change I want to see in the world. Much love. Y'all stay safe.